Well, the first thing you know, old Jed's a millionaire. The kinfolk said, Jed, move away from there. Said, California is a place you ought to be. So they loaded up the truck and they moved to Beverly Hills, that is. Swimming pools, movie stars. The Beverly Hillbillies.
Mr. and Mrs. Brewster are here.
Hello, Mr. Drysdale.
Surprise, Melbourne. Well, for heaven's sakes, it certainly is. Why didn't you let me know you were coming to town? Oh, we didn't let anybody know. We're here under a cloak of absolute secrecy.
Oh, well, excuse me, I'll get back to you.
Just a moment, Miss Hathaway. We need your pledge of silence.
My goodness.
What is it, John? Your oil company mixed up in some big defense project? A new secret rocket fuel, is that it?
Of course, and you don't want foreign agents to know you're in town.
Oh, it's even more important than that. We don't want the Clampetts to know we're in town.
Clampetts?
Well, they're really wonderful people, but I'm afraid that hillbilly hospitality is a bit overpowering for a city girl.
Oh, that's right. They met you at the plane after your wedding. Yes, that ride from the airport was an experience Edith still hasn't gotten over.
Right through the middle of Beverly Hills on their honeymoon express. Never been so embarrassed in my life.
Well, hang on, dear. We'll be at the hotel soon. Jethro, that's the hotel just up the street there. But don't stop in front. There's a basement garage. Just make a turn at that alley there.
Oh, you're coming home with us first. We got a surprise for you.
Another one? I mean, you've done too much already.
Yes, this ride from the airport is something we'll never forget.
Doc, that ain't nothing compared to what's waiting for you at home.
Oh, here's the alley, Jethro. Just make a...
What was the surprise they had for you?
I'll answer that. The Clampetts had put up their little cabin out by the pool to keep Granny happy.
And we made the mistake of admiring it.
You mean...
Yeah.
Oh, no, not for your honeymoon.
That was the surprise.
They're surprised, all right. Just look at their faces.
Well, anyway, now you understand our cloak and dagger approach.
The Clampetts, bless their well-meaning hearts, must not find out that we're in town.
Our lips are sealed. Right, Miss Hathaway?
Chief, the presence of Mr. and Mrs. Brewster in our city shall henceforth be considered classified information and shall not be revealed to any unauthorized person or persons under any circumstances whatsoever.
Why don't you practice saying yes? Well, now that that's out of the way, we come to the point of our visit. Edith and I are going to settle down out here.
Really?
Wonderful.
John's company is opening a West Coast office.
And I promised Edith she can build a dream house.
I spent my whole life in New York apartments, and this is really going to be a thrill.
We've already found our lot, and we'd like your bank to handle the escrow. My pleasure. We're going to be here a week now. Do you think we can keep it a secret from the Clampetts? Of course, right?
On my honor, I do hereby pledge...
Just say yes.
As we're leaving, we'll telephone the Clampetts from the airport and tell them hello and goodbye.
You know, dear, it might be safer if we just fly over their house and drop a note, huh?
What are you aiming to tell Mr. Drysdale, Jed?
Well, I'm just going to tell him the truth, that we're fixing to move back home. Leastways for a spell.
Well, don't you let him talk you out of it. He's gonna yowl like a scalded cat.
Oh, I think he'll take it all right. He knows you've had a hankering for a long time now.
It ain't just me, Jed. Everybody wants to go back home. Ain't that right, everybody?
I don't.
Speak when you're spoke to.
Hush up and drive, boy.
Well, Granny said everybody.
You ain't everybody.
I'm somebody.
That ain't everybody.
Well, the three of you ain't everybody neither. It takes four to be everybody.
Just hush up and drive, boy.
You can make sure we'll be glad to get back home. See, Jed? Everybody wants to go.
That ain't everybody.
1, 2, 3, 4, everybody.
Gee whiz, Granny.
Just hush up and drive, boy.
Can we come in? Well, of course.
My goodness, this is our day for surprise visits.
Come in, come in. Sit down.
Well, see you later. Duty calls.
Would you like some coffee?
Oh, no, thanks. You're busy. We'll just get right to why we's here. You see, Granny's been kind of restless.
Everybody has.
Of course, and I understand. You've been here a long time, no change of scenery. I suggest taking a little trip.
That's exactly what we had in mind.
Good. So, Southern California has everything to offer. Mountains, beaches, desert.
We's going back home.
Fine. Now, I'll drop by this evening with some maps and folders, and we'll plan a little... You do mean this home?
You mean the home where we come from?
Today. Not 3 years ago.
Home to the hills.
Beverly Hills. And those other hills.
Those other hills, Mr. Drysdale.
You can send Jez $50 million to Luke Short in Sibley.
Luke's got a safe in the general store.
Come on, Jez.
No, you can't go. I won't let you go.
What did you say?
Mr. Drysdale, we got a lot to do, and it's a long drive back to our cabin.
And I can't wait to get there.
But you got a cabin here, the one you put up beside the pool, remember?
It ain't quite the same.
Now, stand aside.
What will I tell the Brewsters?
You mean them honeymooners?
Yes, they're back in town.
Granny, you remember that pretty little city woman that fell in love with the cabin?
Oh, yes.
And they still talk about that wedding night.
Is that a fact?
You know, Jed, I never did get to learn that poor city woman about how to make lye soap or sling chitlins or butcher hog.
Here is your chance.
You gonna be here for a spell?
For a whole week.
Well, doggy.
It would be kind of a shame to leave just now, wouldn't it?
I reckon the Brewsters just look on it as downright unfriendly.
Let's go home and commence making the cabin ready for them.
I'll never forget this. Neither will Brewsters.
Are you fetching to our place?
I'll get them there somehow. Sometime this afternoon.
We'll be ready for them.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
What a terrible thing to do to the Brewsters. Ned, on that Brewster escrow, knock 5% off our regular fee. I feel better.
I never did see anyone so fond of pigs and chickens. Charmin, she calls them.
Yeah, life has come full circle. As Mr. Brewster had made us rich by buying our oil. Now, at last, we got a chance to do something nice for him.
I sure would like to be there when Mr. Drysdale tells him the good news.
I understand you've been trying to find me, Melbourne. Yeah, sit down, John. Edith and I were just overlooking at the lot. I've never seen a woman so happy and excited. All she can think about is that dream house. Glad I was able to save it for you, John. What do you mean? Clampett Oil is very important to your company, wouldn't you say? Well, it certainly is. It's the richest field we've got, our major source of income. Without it, there'd be no West Coast office, no dream house, right? Right. Johnny, you came that close to losing it. Losing the Clampett Oil? Now, relax, relax. I was here to throw myself into the breach. What happened? The Clampetts came by to tell me they were moving back to their home in the hills. Yes? In a flash, I saw the danger you were in. One look at those wells, one sniff of that oil, one thump of those drills, and Jed Clampett would have said, out. Throw everything out. Close it down. You really think so? The wells are quite a distance from the cabin. Johnny, I know these people. I know how they think. I know what makes them tick. Well, what did you do? Like I said, I know them. And one thing they respect is courage. So I planted myself in front of the door like this, and I said, no, no, you can't go. I won't let you go. Oh, that did take courage. Well, you might have jeopardized your own relationship with. Well, all I could think of at that moment was you and your bride and saving her dream house. Well, I don't know what to say, Melbourne. It's really, I'm just overwhelmed. Ah, forget it. No, that's something I'll never do. Edith's waiting for me down in the car. I've got to tell her about this. Oh, John, there's something else you've got to tell her. Oh, what's that? Sit down. What is it, Melbourne?
What is it, John?
Well, darling, it seems that in the excitement of the moment, he let it slip out that we're in town.
Is that what you've been so nervous about telling me?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, there are worse things than that.
Well, I'm coming to them. Edith, that dream house we're going to build, I'd say it's worth a little sacrifice, a little temporary discomfort, wouldn't you?
John, isn't this the street that goes up to the Clampett?
You didn't answer my question, dear.
Oh, you didn't answer mine. We headed for the Clampett.
Edith, no matter what happens today, just keep saying to yourself, my dream house, my dream house. It'll take you through whatever lies ahead.
What does lie ahead?
Well...
Never mind. I see it. It's the Clampett driveway.
Well, start saying it, dear. My dream house, my dream house.
John, don't turn in.
Say it, darling. Say those 3 magic words.
You turned in! My dream house.
Did you hear that, Jed?
My dream house.
Sure grabs at your heart, don't it?
Here's a howding chicken for you, Miss Brewster.
Here, let me hold it there.
Come on here, Miss Brewster. You can have the pig.
My dream house. My dream house.
Oh, doggy, she is fond of pig. Took it right inside with her. She seems partial to chickens.
Did you see that? Mrs. Brewster's so happy she went to crying.
Yeah, he's about to cut loose herself.
Well, doggone it. The way she keeps calling that little cabin her dream house. It'd set a mule to boiling.
Jed, want me to fetch a cow for Miss Brewster to milk?
Not yet, boy. We're going to let her do her learning on Ellie's goat. Get the feel of it, so to speak.
What about her soap-making lesson, Granny? Should I start a fire under the kettle?
No, just let's leave them 2 lovebirds alone in their dream house for a spell. After all, it's like a second honeymoon for them.
Yeah, I'm glad Mr. Drysdale told us they was in time. Please unbolt the door, honey. Let's sit down and talk this over. Edith! Look, honey, I was trapped. I had to agree to this to save the Clampett oil field. To save your dream house. Don't you see, sweetheart? I did it for you. I love you. Look, honey, we can face anything as long as we're together.
John, I'm sorry I've been such a child.
It's all right, precious.
I feel better now that I've had a good cry.
Well, of course you do.
And you're absolutely right. We can face anything as long as we're together.
Ah, that's my wonderful girl.
Someday we'll look on this as a lark. We'll look back on it and we'll have a good laugh.
When we're in that beautiful dream house, huh?
Oh, yes. Come in.
Hello, honeymooners.
Hiya, Granny.
How's everything?
Oh, just wonderful, Granny.
Fine. I got a dandy surprise for you. Young'uns, fetch in Thelma.
Thelma? John, what's that?
It's a goat, dear.
Here you are, Miss Brewster. You seem to favor having your livestock in the house.
A milker from the left, and don't let her bite you.
This goat is for me to milk?
Oh, won't that be fun, dear? A kind of a lark, huh?
Don't worry about your clothes, honey. I bring you a house dress. Poor little thing. She just can't take too much happiness, can she?
I did it, John. I milked that miserable goat.
Oh, Edith, my wonderful... Oh. You did, didn't you? Cheer up, dear. The worst is over.
Oh, no, it isn't. Do you know what my next lesson is?
What?
How to make fly soap with hog renderings and possum fat. And then I'm going to learn how to hand sling chitlins and stir off sorghum.
Well, doggies. I was just kidding, dear.
Well, I'm not, John. I'm sorry, but I cannot take this kind of life. Especially when I know that 100 feet away in that beautiful mansion, there are a dozen palatial bedroom suites with luxurious baths and dressing rooms.
Darling, you've just given me a great idea. We'll be out of here and into one of those suites in a matter of minutes.
How will you do
Oh,
it?
it's very simple. I'll just tell Granny that you're dying for a nice hot bath. Obviously, there are no bathing facilities here, so...
Of course.
And once we're inside that mansion, we'll never leave.
John, you're wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, I can feel that hot tub already.
You're turning a nice rosy color, Edith.
I doubt it. This water's pretty hot.
Oh, it ain't the water, it's my life soap. Want to wash your face?
No, I don't know if I should. John has always admired soft, delicate skin.
Then this is what you want. This would tender up a gator's hide.
I think I've had enough.
Want me to go over your back with the brush again?
No, please. I'd like to get out now.
Well, just a minute. Ellie, fetch in the rinse water. Best to rinse off with rainwater. Cuts the soap. Otherwise, your skin is liable to soften right down to the quick.
check on Edith.
Well, not till Granny gives the signal. She don't allow menfolk within shotgun range at bath time.
Chances are Granny's letting her soak a bit. You see, this time of the year, she puts a little extra possum fat and coal oil in her soap.
Possum fat and coal oil.
Yeah, it leaves what they call a lingering fragrance on the skin. And it keeps the bugs away from one side of it to the next.
There's the all-clear signal. You can go back to the cabin now.
You're going to find the waiting was worth it.
That's what I'll take. Excuse me.
Well, Jethro, let's keep the happiness coming. Now that Mrs. Brewster's learned how to milk, we're going to fetch her a nice fat cow.
You don't have to come along, Uncle Ted. I can have the cow on the truck by myself.
Well, I reckon you can at that. Handler General, here's $10.
Yes, sir. I'll bring back the change.
Howdy, Miss Jane.
Mr. Clampett, are the Brewsters still in the cabin?
Yep, and happy as a pair of squirrels in a nut tree.
No, Mr. Clampett.
No?
No. You see, the Brewsters have bought a vacant lot here in Beverly Hills, and that's where Mrs. Brewster wants to put up her dream house.
What dickens you say?
That's the simple truth.
And all this time we had them stuck way out in the back there.
Yes.
Well, where is this lot of theirs?
Let me drive you over and show it to you.
Fine and dandy.
Morning, Miss Hathaway.
Good morning, Chief.
You know, I could hardly sleep last night for worrying about the Brewsters.
They're waiting for you in your office.
Oh,
Chief, wait. Everything's all right.
it is?
Yes, they moved into their hotel last evening.
Oh, well. Hilbert, I thought I heard your voice. Edith and I are going to pick up our architect and drive by the lot. I thought you might like to come along.
You too, Miss Hathaway.
Thank you, but I've seen the lot. It's just lovely.
I'll be back in about an hour. Well, John, Edith, how do you like the way I got you back into your hotel room so quickly?
It was magic, Hilbert.
Pure magic.
Just took a little intelligent thinking.
We're getting close, Mr. McKeegan.
You certainly are fortunate to find a vacant lot on this street. They paid enough for it. By the way, John, did anyone mention a 5% discount on your escrow fee?
No.
Good. Forget it.
Here it is, coming up on your right.
Carrie Grant is one of our neighbors.
Edith's so thrilled she doesn't know what to... What?
Oh, John!
Here's your dream house.
Took us all night to get it up, but she's ready now.
Look, Miss Brewster's gone to bawling again.
No doubt about it, that woman just can't take too much happiness.
But now it's time to say goodbye to Jed and all his kin. They would like to thank you folks for kindly dropping in. You're all invited back next week to this locality to have a heaping helping of their hospitality. Hillbilly, that is. Set a spell.